Where's the sunshine gone? Well, it was sunny earlier, and as I've said in the past, Saturday's normally a lazy day recovering from work and doing me washing and a bit of shopping. But as the forecast wintry showers tomorrow, and there's some kind of storm, isn't there? I forgot what they called it. Very strong winds, nasty storm on its way. Marvellous. When I'm on earlys next week, so I'll probably be getting a taxi. Although I'll play it by ear. Where am I going? Nowhere in particular. I just washed my bike so that'll dry it off. Nipped to Halfords. I've actually got a voucher from Christmas. We get £25 gift vouchers at work. And I always give them to my mum as part of her present. And she's given me £10 back. It says Halfords. I said, well, I don't really get stuff from Halfords. I get my oil and filter on eBay, those wonderful special offers. About £20 cheaper than any other. If you go to a bike shop for an oil and filter, you're talking £40-50 for good quality oil, and yet on eBay, free post as well, delivered to your door. And I know that we should support local bike shops, but if you're going to save £20, I'm very sorry, but eBay is going to win the bloody deal. So I'll go to Halfords. I think I'll get some more of that foam tape. I'm getting low. Because when I do all my little usual renovations. Oh, but about if they do that blue screen trim, because the one on my front mudguard is worn away. I'm disappointed it's not actually a solid colour. It's blue. It's chrome with a bloody blue film on, and it's all coming off, as is that on the screen. So if you sell that, that'll be about 10 quid. If not, I'll get a roll of foam. Roll of foam, roll of foam, diddly 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 dee. Roll of foam, roll of foam. Time for a roll of foam. Yeah, I've just been looking at Mike Harding's latest Facebook posting. It's about music actually, not about politics. He normally whinges about bloody politics all the time. Why bother? Put your fag down and concentrate. I'm having a fag while I'm driving, eh? We're not trying nicotine patches. Stick them over their eyes and then you can't find the fags. Or acupuncture. Stick needles in your fags and when you put them in your lips, ooh. Well, if you can tell crap jokes, so can I. So Halfords, which is the best way to go, I wonder. I was thinking of doing some more time travel things. I imagine you're getting fed up of them by now, but it's my channel, so I might do a couple more. I've sent for a couple more cheap postcards and some very cheap books about Old Blackburn in pictures. £2.30 for one and £3 for another big one. And it shows Darwin Street before they actually built the post office, which is now the big Wetherspoons pub called the Postal Order. I think they're fantastically, amazingly interesting. Like I said, I'd love to have a look in just in the shop windows. Imagine going inside one of those Victorian shops. Good day, sir. Can I help you, sir? What are you looking for? Clogs? A flat cap? A new flat cap? Ooh. And the sad fact is that supermarkets killed off all those little shops, and they're still doing it today, aren't they? On my high street, 3 or 4 charity shops. Butchers is still going, but only because he does all those special offers. That tea-pot shop is thriving because he has a vast array of different stuff, including do-it-yourself. Since the 2 do-it-yourself shops closed down, he's branched out into supplying stuff. Although his paint's a bit dodgy, but it stinks. Made in Bradford. It smells like really strong turpentine that's gone off. I'm going to dollop some of the... I've got all sorts of colours off him. But the silver is like a cheap hammerite. You know, £2 a tin instead of £8 a tin. And I normally do my fork clamps. What do they I was stuck last time what to call them. There's a name, isn't there? Not triple trees, that's American. Fork clamps. Yeah, let's go and call Fogarty Way again. What's he just put? Oh, he posted a weird thing. Got some rental boys, and he went, ooh, well, either for his push bike or his motorbike. He's always faffing around peddling his push bike in mud with a group of pals. And if you can actually ride on the road legally. I'm going to send a message saying, Carl, why not buy the rights to the Norton brand seeing as you're in administration and just produce a standard bike instead of that bloody fancy 961 Commando and an Atlas costing a bloody fortune. Just do a basic retro looking bike that's alright, like the Royal Enfield, and it'll sell just because of the badge. Was it poor sales that killed it off? Although there's a suggestion that the managing director was a bit of a crook. And he's absconding with all the cash and all the deposits. Typical, innit, this country. Diddlies, fiddlies. Oh no, what a bloody place. You went down there. Don't need any petrol, I filled up midweek. In fact, I met a subscriber there, a lad that said they're visiting Blackburn from Coventry, or he's from Blackburn and he's living in Coventry, something like that. Yeah, nice to see you, mate. I'll include a little clip if you like. Hello.
Steve.
Yeah?
Off YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, do you watch my videos?
Yeah,
Are you doing alright?
Yeah, I do. I've got a Hornet as well.
Oh, really?
600.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, nice to see you, mate.
I recognise the bike, you know, when you pulled in, and I saw this
Oh yeah, in fact I forgot to put my little fog light. I always put my little fog light on it now, my wallet's fog light.
I saw that and
Everyone should have them.
my missus, that's Steve,
I'll make you one.
Yeah. Anyway, it was good meeting you.
Yeah, cheers.
Have a good day.
Alright, see ya. Yeah, nice to see you, mate. I'll include a little clip if you like. If it's come out clear, because that commuting helmet was filthy. All the bloody road guns was on the lens when I took all my gear off yesterday. In fact, at this very moment I'm washing my big high-vis jacket, and I'll be washing this when I get home. It's full of guns. Will it be dry by Monday? Well, I'll be wearing it on Monday. I do have a few spare jackets, but like I said, any dodgy weather I ring for a taxi. Play it safe despite the expense. I mean, I'll be saving a few quid by not, or deciding not to go away for my birthday. Why bother? 56 isn't a special birthday, is it? Although just getting a year older these days is a feat and an achievement in itself, isn't it? I've not got the coronavirus, but there's so many nasty things potentially to catch these days. Yes, I'm going down here for a reason. Those postcards I said, I wondered if the road is accessible. That little shop, my auntie used to work there, it was in that West years ago. They actually got robbed, there was an armed robbery, and she just ducked down behind the counter as soon as she saw him pull a gun out of the bag, although probably fake. And she would have stood there while she was crouched behind the counter, and he left without taking anything, because you can't threaten people if you duck behind the counter, can you? That was a pub called the Globe years ago. This was known as Salford going down here. Enham Wharf. Big unloading area for the canals back in the day. My eyes are stinging a bit. I squirted that anti-misting stuff on my glasses. And it gives off nasty fumes. Now then, is it no access? Is it pedestrian only? When I was on foot the other week, oh, it said straight on there. No right turn. Restricted zone. Except in signed bays. Well, the van went up before. A nice old postcard of this area. But it said Station Road, not Railway Road. Apparently, very early on it was called Station Road, then they changed it. Look at that hideous, horrible hotel there now. No trams anymore. Oh, there's still a river running through the town. said that flooded a few times during the summer week holidays. It shows them all under 4 feet of water. Look at this. 4,000 holes in Blackburn, Lancashire, and though the holes were rather small, they had to count them all. Now they know how many holes it takes to fill the Albert Hall. I'd love to turn you on. Yeah, meant to be a classic that, but I couldn't stand it. Not one of my favourite Lennon songs. As I said before, I think they should have called it a day when Brian Epstein died and not turn into greasy hairy hippies. So, nearly at Halfords. It's at a 125, that scooter. I keep thinking instead of looking for that big bike, like that CB 1300, I nearly thought about getting a loan for it. I could do the winter commuter really, although my bike's not so bad. As long as you wash all the crap off, they're not going to corrode, are they? If you wash all the salty gunk off. I was going to bring a bag and bring the postcards with me to get an exact perspective, because someone's done that with some Beatles pictures, places where the Beatles have been photographed in Liverpool, and they took an exact picture. They're fascinating, more fascinating pictures. They took an exact picture in modern times and then blended them together. My plane's still closed. Drive through what? Drive through Halfords. Oh, Costa Coffee drive through. Yeah, football match on today. Just been on the radio, all the roads are congested. That's somewhere I thought of going past the football ground and see if you can hear the roar of the crowd. Or would they all be asleep? Maybe that's some football hooligans. Yeah, police siren. Depends who they play, don't it? Burnley were playing Arsenal last week. It's just still football hooliganism about and silly gangs fighting. Hope the microphone's alright. I snagged it, taking my helmet off. I've still not bought those 3 cheapens I was going to do. What's that lad doing? Been hanging around ever since I arrived. I just had a look at mountain bikes. I'll tell Clive when I go to work. There's a vast array starting at 120 quid. I mentioned before I thought of getting one for pedalling on the canal banks, but I didn't bother, I don't know why. There's a bike shop in my town, but he's never any bloody mountain bikes in. He's got about 3 kids' bikes in and that's it. I don't understand what the deal is. Is it because you can't... No, you're going out of it. Indicators would help. You dafty. I do not want to use indicators. Is that straight on? Yes. Well, the sunshine's gone. The grey skies are here. Are they full of snow? I'll find out tomorrow or Monday. Last time it snowed, there were no taxis. Now getting a bus to work and not getting there till 8 AM. Left the window open for all the vaping smoke. All I want to do down here is do a little turnaround. What were I going to do when I said come back up here? Forgot now. Oh yeah, football, is it worth bothering? I'm going to do a little turnaround just to check out a view on Darwin Street where the post-loader pub is. Like I said in one of those books, it shows it before that was built. It was built in 1912 and the picture was from 1906 and it said the actual tumble down buildings were all built in the 1700s. So sorry to bore you with it, but I find it very interesting. But to get down there I'll have to pull over, as it's one way. So sorry to bore you with it, but I find it very interesting. But to get down there I'll have to pull over, as it's one way. So like I said before, that's another repeat. That's a square building that said Wigan Coal Company on. You see. And there was a big hotel called the Bull. The Old Bull Hotel on this corner, long since demolished. Isn't it illegal? Drinking cans set on a bench. Never seen it. I see footballs on and no town centre police to keep an eye on things. Are you allowed to pull over here? I'll pretend I'm getting a takeaway if anyone says that. Or a lottery. One bugger all that lottery, just check before I come out. 100 odd million, not a sausage. And I'll pretend I'm going to get something. Not enough money. So there we are, this perspective here. You see. Oh, it's still there. That building with the turret on is still there. Wow. So, the other perspective which featured the tumble down building was from this corner. St. Peter Street. This is George Street then. They look old, don't they? They're a little single-storey flower shop back in the day. Now, on this corner or the other corner was an umbrella unit that actually made umbrellas. Like an umbrella factory. Slow down. I got first to pick up, I go fast as possible. Yeah, it is a corner shop, isn't it? Because there must have been a doorway there back in the day. I think I'm going to rob the jewellers, won't I? Suspicious character with a helmet camera on. Yeah, so that corner there must have been the umbrella shop, I think. There's another view further down on another postcard. Why am I bothered? Further down on another postcard. Why am I bothered? It's just my current craze, like I said. I'll lose interest and go on to something else, but that's my current one. Yeah, you're in a bad spot there, aren't you, Alberts? Oh, no. Yeah, that was my going, Alberts. Is it loud enough? There's a nice Francis Frith picture here when he had an ornate lamp. There were downturned gas lamps and then upturned ones, and the reason was there was a gas explosion, so they had to upturn them to stop the gathering of gas in the globes. There's another good picture here, some lads on bicycles. This view. There's still a church up there. A church spire on the postcard seems to have gone, unless it's obscured behind that new red brick building. And, you know, closed down nail shop, estate agents, surveyors, and a Turkish barbers. Here we are at the Drummers Arms again. Have they got my picture up? Well, there's a bank which features on the postcard. Tram lines up there. And those square buildings, Yorkshire Bank. Empire Theatre. If I can find it, I'll include it. With a tram going up here. The Rad's Indian cuisine, that was a pub called the Moorings. What's he doing? Silly moo. Didn't understand we are allowed through. It said through traffic. And this is where I came for that cat litter. I found that Morrison's has some really good lightweight cat litter, and if anyone who owns cats will know, your bloody bin weighs a ton. So this very lightweight stuff is marvellous. Police again, what's going on? Oh, that's a loose grid. Or was it a pan lid? Reason I'm turning round, I thought I'd have a look up Penny Street because there's just nothing on it anymore. Whereas back in the day there was all sorts of shops on it. 1925 Salvation Army. And this is where I came for that cat litter. I found that Morrison's has some really good lightweight cat litter, and if anyone who owns cats will know, your bloody bin weighs a ton. So this very lightweight stuff is marvellous. Police again, what's going on? Oh, that's a loose grid. Or was it a pan lid? The reason I'm turning round, I thought I'd have a look up Penny Street because there's just nothing on it anymore. Whereas back in the day there was all sorts of shops on it. 1925 Salvation Army. Yes, this is a scenic road home that's in early February rather than middle of July. Still a shambles at Road Junction.